There is a real devil. The Bible calls him Satan, or the adversary or enemy. In Greek, he's called the devil, which literally means to cast through, right? He's throwing accusations like a prosecuting attorney, an accuser. But here's the thing about this attorney. He's a liar. He's the father of lies. He doesn't fight fair. And so it's important to recognize his tactics. In warfare, there was a time when armies would line up facing each other for battle. Confrontation warfare. There'd be battle lines and invasions with a clear line of approach. That's how World War II was fought. But then in battles when the enemy had no chance to win in a straight-on confrontation, they took different tactics. Guerrilla warfare, hit and run stuff, where the enemy's coming from different angles, slowly defeating your army. One kill here, two there, a bigger defeat here. And that's how the enemy works against believers. When you're walking with the Lord under his protection, Satan knows, he understands he has to come at you differently. If he takes you on, Yeshua in you, one-on-one, there's no chance. So he fights guerrilla warfare style. He's looking for ways to diminish you. One loss here, two there, a big win here, working to erode you, to erode your faith, to produce fear, encroach on your peace, to wear you out, to wear you down, to bring you to a place of defeat, despair, to whisper lies that undermine the truth of what God has spoken. The more you walk with Yeshua, the less Satan is going to be able to successfully overwhelm you in straight-on confrontation, right? For him to come just wave a sign at you that says, hey, come sin with me, it's not going to get very far with a lot of mature believers. Well, that's why Peter writes in 1 Peter 5:8, saying, stay alert, watch out. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, searching for someone to devour. Think about this. The enemy often waits for moments when you're tired or distracted or overwhelmed. He won't confront you openly. He'll slip in with whispers of fear and doubt and frustration. Maybe it's that small argument with your spouse that blows up out of nowhere, or the discouragement you feel when things don't go the way you thought they would, or the overwhelming anxiety about your finances or your future. These aren't just random thoughts or events. They're calculated moves. The enemy is strategic and his timing is precise. In Luke 8:12, Yeshua tells us the enemy tries to steal the word of God from our hearts before it can even take root. Have you ever walked away from an amazing time with the Lord only to find yourself suddenly bombarded by negativity or frustration? It's no coincidence. The enemy knows that if he can disrupt your peace or distract you, he can undermine your faith. But here's the good news. The Bible doesn't just warn us about his tactics. It equips us to fight back. Ephesians 6:10-11 says, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, in his strength. Put on the full armor of God so that you'll be able to stand against the schemes, the methods of the devil. Repeatedly, Paul says, stand. Then verse 6:13, he says, take up the full armor so you may be able to stand in the times that are evil. And after you've done everything, to stand. 6:14 says, stand firm then, right? Standing firm isn't passive. It's a deliberate choice to plant your feet in God's truth, to refuse to waver, to reject the enemy's lies. It's recognizing the attack for what it is, that this is a tactic of the enemy, and then choosing to stand against it. James 4 uses the same language. In James 4:7, it tells us, therefore, submit to God, but resist or stand against the devil, and he will flee from you. So how do you stay vigilant? How do you stand? How do you resist? By staying close to the Lord when you're rooted in prayer and grounded in his word and regularly encouraging and being encouraged by other believers, even like we're doing right here. It becomes easier to recognize the enemy's schemes. And when you recognize them, you can stand against them. Remember, the enemy's power is limited. When you resist him in the name of Yeshua, he must flee. Today, you take that fear, you take that frustration, that doubt, and submit it to God. Lord, what do you say about this? What do you say about me? Walk in relationship with him. And by standing firm in his truth, in his promises, you can walk in the victory even before you see it. Walk with him. Listen to what he says and walk in that.